Hey everyone, Vintage Vinny here. Welcome to another video. Not a haul video, but it's totally alright. So, as you all know, I've had this gray shelf in my room since we moved here 5 years ago. And I decided to change some things up on it. As you all know, I did have my Halloween candy containers over here. And I had a Little Orphan Annie and Dog Sandy bisque toothpick holder and a Cinderella figurine. I just felt it was time for some changes. I got some newer things. Now I'm not going to be parting with the stuff that I moved onto my cubicle, but I thought maybe you guys might like to see it real quick. But before we take a little tour here, let's go ahead and check out what it used to look like. So I'm sure you can see from the pictures that there are some differences to what I had on there before. So let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? So where Little Orphan Annie and Sandy and my Cinderella figurine were, I put my Holt Howard Pixie Wear and my Devar Pixie Wear. Both are the same food, jam and jelly. Got the Holt Howard Pixie Wear at one of the thrift stores here for 75 cents a few years ago. Was tickled pink to find that, and the fact that it's not broken is unbelievable. Now this is probably my favorite salt and pepper shaker that I have in my collection. Again, I do apologize, it's been a while since I've dusted, and I probably will take care of that after this video, but just wanted to share with you all some of the changes. So this lady here sits on top of an alligator, and I saw her at a market a while ago, and I think it was like $5 or something like that. And she's just been my favorite ever since. I've had her out on display because she is fantastic, and you guys know I love my pinup girls. So that's the first shelf. If we come down here, this is where all of the Halloween candy containers were. They're actually right below me on a shelf, like a cubicle shelf. But like I said, I love them, but I wanted to add some more deco into this shelf here and kind of just display things that kind of go with the room. So if you guys remember, I picked up this beautiful lady here while I was in Texas. I think she was $15. I'm not sure of the maker, but judging by the bottom of her, I almost want to say she's Hager, but I can't say for sure. This lovely, I guess you could say she's naked, lady I got at an antique store. It's actually the same antique store that Amy B has her booth, and I got that for a really good price. I think it was like $6.50. And this is from a dealer who has really good prices on her stuff. So if I see something that I like and it's up there a little bit in price, I'm willing to support her because she's got good stuff and her prices are very reasonable. This I actually picked up locally here, and I think it was $12 and then 20 off, so I got it for like $9 and change. And it is a deco, I don't know if it's a cigarette holder or just a trinket box, but I loved the colors and I loved the fish on top of it. Highly unusual, I think. And not much has changed over here. I think this has pretty much stayed the same except for the one Barbie that's in here. So we've got my I guess you could say early 60s Barbie doll. I actually spent a lot of money on her if you add up the body and the accessories and things like that. But I love her, and she is in good shape. She's got all of her original stuff. I think the earrings may have been reproductions, but oh well, I love her regardless. Oops, I'm not focused here, sorry. And then we've got Ken. We've got the flocked-haired blonde Ken, and of course a lot of his hair is missing, but I don't care. That was probably a flea market find, I think, and then I bought the original outfit on eBay. And then I bought his towel, which he's been holding for all this time. So they are perfect fitting to my coastal bedroom because they are dressed in beach attire of the day. If we move right along over here, this I actually got in a indoor flea market. I bought a Barbie case. I think it was like $18 for this and a few dolls and things like that. And I noticed that there was a Cleopatra outfit in there, and that was one that I had on my mind that I'd seen before but wasn't ever expecting to find, and then lo and behold I find it. So this was called, I think, Queen Fashion Barbie, if I'm not mistaken, and she has interchangeable wigs. Those actually were not in the container or the case itself, which is okay, because if you have a wig on and you put on her little head scarf thingy, it kind of makes it hard to stay on, so she is actually bald under there. But I don't mind because she's dressed like Cleopatra, and I think of the desert, desert and sand, beach, kind of correlates. And then last but not least, for the dolls on this shelf, I have an original Tammy doll from 1965, I believe it was, and it's made by Ideal. I found her at one of our thrift stores here for $3.50, and her hair is in really good shape. I don't know if you can tell. And this doll is made to portray Debbie Reynolds, who played Tammy in the 1957 movie Tammy and the Bachelor. Sandra Dee took over the role in the 60s in the 2 sequels that followed Tammy and the Bachelor. And I bought her original jumpsuit, and I bought her original shoes on eBay as well. And I just think they are fantastic. So the only thing that really changed on this shelf here was the fact that I got that Queen Fashion Barbie dressed as Cleopatra. So this is really cool. I got this at a flea market. I probably only paid a couple dollars for it. This is an Esso Handy Oil bottle, and there's still oil in it. I don't remember where the date is on it. I think it's up here on the lid. It says 1956, I believe. Got to do a little bit of cleaning on him because he's been sitting for a while. He needs a Clorox wipe bath. This was something that I never thought in a million years I would ever find at an antique store. It was actually at an antique mall that is unfortunately no longer in business. The dealers, or the owners of the business, decided to retire. And I was in one of the shops a few years ago. I think it was probably pre-COVID. And I saw this sitting in the case, and I said, that's not something you see every day. And my dad is a former Pez collector, and he hadn't seen them hardly at all. Now, I don't want to say that it's rare, because that word is thrown around a lot these days, but this is a Pez dispenser that you want to keep your eyes peeled out for, because it is a very desirable piece. You look up how much these things are going for right now, because it's Christmas time. You'll score big if you get it for a decent price. Now, I did pay, I think, $37.50 for it, which seems like a lot for this little Pez figure, but these, like I said, these full-body Santas are very desirable among Pez collectors and vintage holiday collectors. So keep your eyes peeled for them. And what's nice is I actually bought some other stuff that day, and it paid for this Santa completely. So I'm happy that I paid up for it, but I've also bought some things to help pay for it, and it's paid off. So I don't have to worry. I'm not invested into it, I don't have any money invested into it, is what I was trying to say, anymore, because that's the beauty of reselling and collecting. You can pay up for something, support a small business, and then you get a paid-off collectible. Can't say no to that, right? So this little girl here is actually something that I got when I was on my way home from Philly, the first time that I met Dee and Tammy and Dave. So I believe that this is either a Lego or a Bradley mermaid. I got her from one of our indoor peddler malls / indoor flea markets for about, I want to say it was $4 and change. It was half off in a booth. And I just had to have her. Mermaids are very collectible too. And she is just super sweet. And I think she looks great sitting on this shelf. So I don't remember what was sitting there last time. I'll have to look at my shelf and see, because I know I swapped it out for something that was here before. And this little guy has actually been hanging on for dear life for quite a while. I think I bought at a peddler mall as well. He's one of those Christmas pixies, the rubber ones that hold on to I guess a fireplace or something like that. But he is holding on to the edge of the shelf here, and I think he just looks fantastic there. I love having him there. All right, so moving along, we're gonna move over here. I don't know if this was featured in the shelf or on the video that I did of the shelf, but I did find a vintage seahorse magnet that I went ahead and added to this because I love it, and I love anything coastal and nautical. Okay, and the last segment for this video, something that you all have seen many times in this photo / tour. This section didn't change at all. I was about to say hardly at all. It didn't change at all. It's just my 2 white lady head vases. I do have a couple other ones that I found for really good prices. And I decided to keep these 2 out because they're very simple, plain, very 1940s and 50s. And this room, it fits them perfectly to a T. Or it fits this room perfectly to a T. So as you can see, there are some paint loss on them, but you know what? That to me adds charm to them. I got this one at a flea market ages ago for $5, and then I found this one at the Black Rose of Chambersburg, and I think I paid maybe $6 or $7 for it, which is a perfectly fair price. I was tickled pink to find it. So folks, there you have it. Really quick video, but I hope you all enjoyed seeing what I put onto the shelf. Let me know if you like the changes or if you preferred it the way that I had it before. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Have a great one.